Hey my lovely Aries, we're going to get into a nice short sweet reading for you all. This is going to be a bonus read, so do know in the future if you guys would like extra readings, messages for your sign, don't forget to drop the like on your videos. That will let me know to do extra messages and bonus reads for you guys, as I will be wanting to do some extra readings for those that are wanting the messages, those that are most present. So that will be the way that I'll be able to gauge that, loves. Okay, great. So we're starting off with a very nice energy, guys. So Spirit clearly wants to speak with you. Ten of Cups. There's something good on the horizon, or something good, a good energy around you right now. Okay. Divine Angel Spirit, guys. What else did we get here for Aries, please? Aries. Can we clarify this Ten of Cups energy? Oh my gosh. Look, the Ace of Cups, guys, and the Ten of Cups. So there's definitely something, the energy of this Ten of Cups is already around you right now, and it might start with like a single thing. So it could be like a single thing that's happened where this energy has been presented, or this could just represent you if you're by yourself right now or in solitude, or you know, there's these other sort of flowers in the background. So this could be whether it's you or you and others. Okay, I do feel like the start of something is already there. Okay, and the energy is only going to grow. It's only going to intensify. Okay, now we've also got the Three of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Lovers. Exactly 8 cards here. Okay, so it looks like you're actually going to be made aware of something, and whatever you're going to be made aware of, I feel like you're going to be quite content with it, or you might feel a sense of fulfillment here. But you're definitely going to be made aware of something. It does look like coming up to that point, there could be, what's the word? It's almost like there could be a path, a clear path that you have to commit to before you see something completely. So you may have a bit of nerves around this, because it's like I do get this sense that you have this feeling that you're going to this higher place. There's some sort of higher level. Okay, it's almost like if you're on level 2, you could be on going to level 3. And I feel like there's things happening, there's signs, certain things, certain changes that have been happening, that have been signs of like this next level, this next step, this next phase, this transition. But again, I feel like you'll see the results of this after you commit to a certain path. And this path, this is a higher path. This is a path where it's like committing to an energy. Let's see what the commitment is, because it looks like it has a lot to do with just a higher path, you know. It could have something to do with self-love, spirituality, commitment, investment, loyalty, trust. It could be if there's like a higher, like a new job, or it could be like a high paying job or a higher paying job, something like that. There could be something about having to commit to this before maybe seeing everything about what the job's about. That's just an example, but it could be anything. It could be to be the person, a thing, a place, just yourself. But it looks like in this transition there will be like a moment or a period of where you will be by yourself, and then I see another energy coming in. Okay, So it does look like there's someone here that you're going to have a sense of like emotional fulfillment with. You're going to have emotional fulfillment with somebody. And I feel like this comes after you have emotional fulfillment with yourself. So again, that self-love is like this feeling of being, you know, self-fulfilled and, you know, content with, like, you know, yourself, your current circumstances, you know, what you have going on for yourself, and really embodying this energy of self-love. And that could also mean, you know, moving yourself away from things that are either not on the same path as you, not in alignment with you, or things that would maybe what's the word, take you in a different, take you off course, or things that are, what's the word, yeah, things that are just basically not good things for you to invest time or energy or effort into. There's things about this where there could be warnings around it, or you may get warnings in that area, but there's just something about your self-love here should be the defining factor in how you choose which path that you're on and how you commit to that, because there is a transition point here. Okay, and I feel like because of like free will, obviously it always requires like choices and being aware of whether this is something that you can embark on, and not only embark on it but then like commit to it, because committing to it is the only way that you get the beneficial long-lasting results. Okay, if you embark on something short-lived, then you may feel like you get some short-lived type of stuff, or something that comes in like quick and kind of finishes quick. So there's something about yeah, there's something about committing to this self-love. Also, that may also look like standing tall in any boundaries that you may have towards anything that you feel like could again either be cause some sort of a negative change for you, or could be harmful, or you know, just anything really that you would need to have a boundary towards, right? But it's just kind of saying you doing that and standing on that energy is also an act of self-love. And this is what's basically, it's part of you committing and being committed to the path that you're on, or the path that you've chosen. Because sometimes you could have already chosen this path, you might just be committed to it, and there could just be something about trying to see what's coming in. And I do feel like for those of you guys that have already been committed to this path, you're going to see very, very soon, very, very quickly, this could come in a matter of days. Okay, for others of you guys it could be like maybe you know, a period of like weeks, months, depending on like where you are in this like process journey. But yeah, if this is something that you've been committed to, and like you're very content, you're very fulfilled, you know, you're not really, what's the word, you're not really in search of anything, you're not really looking for anything, you're just basically growing the things that you know are going to sprout for you, you know, like things that you already, or things that you are growing, things that are going to help like your personal achievements, personal advancements. I feel like there could be some sort of like, there's some sort of external goal, like work. There could be somewhere that you want to go, but there's something here where I feel like the divine's trying to bring your focus, or bring your attention towards something that you already have to focus on, where you can be kind of be fulfilled in that energy, you know, growing that. Because it looks like this is only going to add more fulfillment, or it's going to bring in new fulfillment for you. Okay, I see new energy. Okay, lovely. Those of you guys as well, if you're in a romantic connection, I do see a lot of intimacy, I do see a lot of love, I do see a lot of care, and what's the word? Yeah, there's a lot of emotional value, let's put it that way. If you're not in a relationship, then there's something about embodying this emotional value, and again, bringing this energy in through like through self-love, especially if you are wanting a relationship. If you're wanting a relationship, then there's something about not looking for it or not seeking it, but focusing on again, like the self-love, the self-fulfillment, self-care, the energy of like love, you know, and like committing to that path, committing to that higher path, this way of yeah, this approach, okay, it's more letting yourself attract what is in alignment for you when you embody this like specific higher energy. Okay, this is definitely like the higher path, the divine path, because this is where you'll be in alignment with like a true soulmate, you know, because they'll be on that path. But again, for most of you guys, I do feel like you could be, well, I think you could be in different situations, because like I said, I do see that some of you guys, you could be anticipating some sort of visit. Okay, there could be someone that has told you they're coming to see you, or someone that you're going to see. Okay, it could be some communication about meeting up, a visit, or some sort of conversation that might even like solidify something or take things to a higher level, in regards to like a relationship. So I feel like this will be very clear for you, and I feel like you will have this encounter fairly soon. Okay, for those of you guys that are already anticipating someone, but if you're not, if that's not your situation, then yeah, it might not be your reading, because it looks more so, if you're single and you want a relationship, there's a clear path to commit to. There's something to commit to. If you've already been on this path, you've already been committed to that, and you kind of fulfilled, you're content. Okay, there's something about like you won't have to look for something or search for something. But if you're expecting something to maybe if you get fed up, if you feel like something hasn't happened quick enough, then you know it doesn't necessarily, it's basically saying, you know, try not to be in that energy, because it's not going to happen the minute you get on the path, because you have to be committed to it for a period of time, because obviously that's what, you know, commitment is. It's like you committed to something. You know, it's kind of like if you start a job and you're just there for a little bit, you know, yeah, you're probably not really committed. Whereas if you start something and you're fully invested, you're all in, you know, you're committed. It's not like you know, you're in, you're out, or you know, one day, you know, you want to be committed to it, and then another day not so much. So it's kind of like being, you know, fully committed to a certain way of being before something arrives, okay? Because this path is also about having a sense of trust, okay? And that being a valuable component on this path, because it requires you to show trust before you even get the result, because you have to trust initially just by committing to the path before seeing the results, you know? And if you're if you're quick to get off the path, if the results haven't shown straight away, then again you're not necessarily trusting the process, you know. So again, it's kind of like a, you know, we're always kind of being tested, and kind of before we, this is kind of like a, I wouldn't even really say it's a test, it's just more like a choice. But if I look at this in manifestation terms, like I guess from the perspective of the universe, it's kind of like, you know, it's more from a perspective of you just selecting what you want, and the way that the universe knows that is by what you commit to, okay? And it's like certain ways of being, certain energetic alignments will align you with certain things, uh certain types of results. Sometimes there could be like things that may pop up, and it might be like a test, it might be like a thing for to see, kind of see, you know, have you learned, or have you what's the word, like for instance, let's say you're manifesting something, and there's like a bunch of different things that are presented to you. You basically have to select what it is that you want by committing to that, and not like choosing the other things that are in opposition, or that would take you on a different path away from the thing that you need to commit to. So sometimes things might present itself not for you to go in that direction, but to see if you will make the choice not to go in that direction, to go in the other direction, or the right direction. I hope this makes sense. So the point of what I'm basically saying is, um, a lot of the times the thing that it is that you're actually trying to align to, that's on a higher path, before that fully solidifies and it brings in more long-term results, there'll probably be other things, there usually is other things that will present itself that's not on that frequency or level yet, somewhere, you know, below that level, to kind of see if you will choose that instead of, you know, seeing that, okay, this isn't my manifestation, this isn't what I want, this is not what I'm asking for. And it's kind of, you, by declining that, or having a boundary, or saying no, or just not opting for it when it presents itself, that's your way of telling the universe, no thanks, you know, this isn't what I want. And then the universe will kind of bring you, you know, the other thing. And then it's just more about you being consciously selective. um you know, because kind of, you could use it in a term of like, if we think of like dating, for instance, and let's say you're single, and there's like several different people that like approach you or interested in you. If you just go with like the first person that presents itself, that person might not be, well, that person might not be in alignment with the path that you're going to be on. um but if you'd maybe pick them, as opposed to maybe discerning or seeing, okay, is this the right choice, or should I maybe, you know, what's the word, pay attention and not make a choice just because it's the first person that's popped up, or, you know, because I'm in a rush for something. But if you're not seeing the sign that you need to see from the very, very beginning, then it's already enough of like an abort mission sign, right? So there's something about you being the energy of being content, staying content and being content. So if that presents itself, you don't feel like, okay, I need to go and hurry up, because you're already content with just doing you, or being in this with what you've already got. So if something presents itself and it's not right, then, or it's not like ideal for you, like what you would want, then you just stay content. Uh you don't invest any effort into that, because once you do, that's again like you're communicating with the universe that you want to keep exchanging, and the exchange that you're having is going to continuously be a result of the initial exchange that you exchanged with, that you probably felt like, this isn't really what I like, this isn't what I'm after. So in general, it's like if you exchange with that energy as you presently recognize, this is not what I want to exchange with, you're just telling the universe to keep giving you more of that, you know, whether it's in that same form of person or in other forms as well. So there's something about once you recognize that, out of self-love, either closing yourself, closing that off, closing that door, and basically, you know, staying committed to that personal path of fulfillment and contentment, or contentment with what you already have. If you're already in a fulfilling relationship, then it might be like other things that you're trying to strive for, and it could just be something about like this energy, this embodying that energy in that area. But I'm just using it for the dating analogy just to kind of make it less complex for everyone to understand. So with that being said, yeah, if you stay committed to that path, then you will kind of start to see that, maybe not the first or the second, maybe not the third, it could be, but it might most likely probably be, because usually as well, once you kind of step into that energy, you might start seeing that there's just a lot of things happening, a lot of different energies. So usually once you step into that, it's not like, okay, you know it's going to take a while for certain energies and people to show up, because that's just what happens, right? So it's more about the universe is saying, okay, what the divine's looking at what choice you're going to make to see if you're ready to be on that higher path, because you have to show that at the very start. It's almost like, oh my gosh, it's like leveling up in like some sort of training. You have to demonstrate to the divine that you've got that quality before, do you get me, being put in a certain position or place. Because as well, I think of it this way, I could really like, I feel like this is like information I'd given like personal readings, but if you are, what's the word, wanting someone of like certain qualities, again, this could be in friendship, this could be in business, this could be in relationships, could be in family, it doesn't matter. If you're just wanting a certain quality of person, maybe let's say someone that's dependable, someone that's trustworthy, someone that commits to things, sticks to things, the divine is going to, that type of person is also going to require that type of quality back. And if someone is already committed to that path, then the part of the value that they get from the divine is, the divine's not going to give them the go ahead to move towards someone or something that doesn't have, that's basically not, that's going to take them off their alignment, because it doesn't have, the qualities that they would need to either keep them protected in that place, or it won't stray them off path, or it's not going to be dysfunctional to where they're at, because you need to be able to maintain certain things. And whenever if you add something into your world, add someone, add something, is that going to derail you? Is it going to help you? Or is it going to, do you get what I'm trying to say? So the point is, it's the same way, like if you're been working on yourself, you're doing you're doing what you need to do, and the divine's promising you, like, they're not going to give you the go ahead on anyone that is only going to come in and maybe disrupt your life or cause you some sort of you know ill intention or whatever. you know Someone would have to commit to that path and that way of being first before then aligning, unless you choose to, because we have free will, to engage with that person, even if the signs, because the signs are coming from the divine. It's basically, if you get warnings and you still choose to go against that, then you may come out of your alignment and you may dip in vibration, you may change paths, you may go off course, you know. So that can happen. But if you're someone that's moving from your intuition, and you know, you're always looking to the divine, to God, for your like higher guidance, then naturally you will be, you'll be able to navigate life, not having to um feel maybe so unaware of certain things, because you will notice the signs, you have that communication, and you have that free will to be able to choose to listen to that and to heed those messages. So it's the same way the divine will do that for you. The divine is also doing that for other people that have opted for that path. So naturally, the way that the divine can protect people that have committed to the divine is by making sure that people have committed and showed a sense of commitment to a way of being, you know, um, before they kind of come into this alignment or into these circumstances. So then, when you meet this person, this new person, everything could be safe and stable for the both of you, because you've both committed to the path, and that's what you've both been promised. That's the value that you were, meant to receive. So I hope that made sense. I know that was a whole tangent, but sometimes I explain these brief messages, and I know there's like so much context and so much like information I could give, and I don't want to like miss it out. And if someone, if that could have been helpful for someone. But in general, if that's ever the case, always feel free to book a personal reading with me, guys. The information is always below. But anyways, nonetheless, the point is, yeah, you're going to be feeling very, very good, okay? Something about getting into this energy, feeling this energy, whether you're by yourself or whether you're with somebody. If you're already with somebody, then I feel like there's something that you could be manifesting together. And there's something about the energy that you're in, the love that you're sharing. There's a lot of magnetism. You could both be in this very like attractive energy, and there could also be a lot of love as well. So you may feel like there's a lot of different types of things that are being attracted to you. Okay, some what you're looking for, some that you're fulfilled with, some on a higher levels, some on, not on the higher levels, and some things that you may feel like there's warnings about. So again, it's kind of like what's the word? Yeah, I do feel like if you're in a fulfilled situation already, it looks like you've already reached the point of like you've already reached the 10 of cups, okay, meaning that like there's a certain level of love that's already been reached, and this also is showing me that you both already have a vision. Like you both already on a path, you both already committed to a path. And I feel like there's going to be a sense of fulfillment here with this, because it looks like the door is closed to anything that you both may feel like there's warnings about, or whenever you come within like close range or proximity, maybe you get certain like feelings that just kind of, what's the word, like abort mission feelings, like those gut feelings, those instincts, or maybe you see certain things, you're made aware of certain things, but in general it just looks like if you're already in this position, it looks like you are actually quite good, because you can see what you need to see, and it looks like you're able to make the right choices, both of you, and you both feel a sense of fulfillment, okay, with certain things that you could be noticing about each other. And it definitely looks like also you both of your choices collectively, you may start to see the things that you're also looking for, okay. I feel like that you're going to start to see that, and you're going to feel even more fulfilled with this. So like I said, some of you guys, you're definitely like already more ahead than you think you are, okay. So if you're in this like energy of love, okay, really just like be in that energy, right? there could be something between you both that um, you've sort of committed to, or there's some sort of vision here, something that you see. Okay, lovely. So yeah, it looks like you could just both be in like be on the same page with something, with like the things that you're wanting to come in and the things that you're not. So it looks like naturally, when you may have first started on this like course or this particular like part of the path, okay, you might have just kind of found a sense of contentment with like how things were, and naturally you might now start to see that like, okay, like, oh my gosh, something else to make me feel even more loved, something else to make me feel even more fulfilled, or a seed, something that we're growing is actually like it's moving faster because of certain choices that are like the commitment behind certain choices. So that looks lovely. And again, like, if you're single, then this could just be to do with like you and a friend, you and a loved one. Okay, take what resonates, or just like you on your personal path, personal journey. But the main message is, because like I said, whether you're wanting to attract like a new friend, a new partner, a new business pursuit, a new job, okay, there's something about committing to the path first, committing to this way of being first, committing to trust first, embodying the energies of what would be not only required from you for your manifestation, but also what you would require, of what it is that you're looking for. So let's say if it's a job, if you want a job that's like a good, that has certain good qualities for you, then if there's a job that either you're in that you don't like, or job offers that get presented to you maybe quicker than some of the other ones, then it's saying don't commit to those paths. Don't opt in for those. You may need to be a bit more patient and trust the process, and know that, like, as you are still able to decline the things that's not what you want in, and not just for, what's the word, like you don't feel like you'd have to do it for some sort of reason other than like you would want to do it. So like circumstance, stability, like, having to please something, like just whatever. But there's just something about making that choice, trusting that process. And again, if you'd want the job to maybe have certain qualities, and obviously that type of job, when you maybe go to the interview at the very start, you're gonna have to show your best qualities, and you're not only just gonna have to show it in the interview, but if you want to keep that job, if you want that job to be long lasting, then you're going to have to commit to that way of being, meaning you're going to have to embody those qualities from now on, because you could this is how, like, in life, like you can it's like the same way, like, because they some people, they can win the lottery and then they could lose it all, right? Like you might attain something, but that's just the first part of it. That's why we got the Two of Pentacles. That's just like one part of it. The second part is the commitment, the being committed to the way of being that allowed you to get that commitment in the first place. So again, if it's a job, that would obviously be, the way that you presented yourself. That's obviously what's going to be expected, etc., etc. The same way, let's say if you're dating someone and you meet someone and they show you that they're one way, and then like, you know, after a while it's like, you know, they were a completely different way. There were things that they just, you know, they didn't commit to, they weren't really committed to a way of being. It could have just been, you know, something they just showed you at a certain time. So again, there's also something about like, you know, looking out for those things as well, in terms of like if you are being pursued by someone or something or a job or whatever, for you to know whether it's something that is good for you to commit to by, you know, is this something that just seems nice right now in the moment, or is this something where it's like it's consistently like this, you know, they committed to this way of being, this way of path, there's no budging, you know, you can trust it to be the way it is. Does that make sense? Because trust really is just, you know, you can trust someone to be who they are. You can trust this to be what it is. But if you don't know what it is, then that's where the, you know, the confusion can come in. Okay, but there would always be the signs there for clarity. Just kind of, you know, you'll be able to see whether it's, you know, can you trust someone to be a certain way? Are they committed to being a certain way? Are you committed to being a certain way? And you know, that comes first before the result. Okay, enough of me rambling about that. Divine angels, figures. What else do we get for Aries, please? Judgment. Okay, so yeah, so this is a big decision for you. So whatever area of your life this is in, Aries, I feel like you are going to be making a big choice. And I do feel like the main message here is to don't make the choice when you feel conflicted. Don't make the choice when you feel angry. Don't make the choice when you feel when you're too busy to really give it thought. Don't make the choice out of rush or impulsivity. Don't make the choice out of like lust or desire. Don't make the choice out of competition or like any lower vibrational emotions. Okay, make the choice from a high vibrational state. Okay, so whether that's like when you're in a feeling of love, or make the choice when you are feeling more in tune with your intuition, or when you have a quiet space, or if there's some people, some loved ones, people that you know that like you know, genuinely care for you, people that you can trust, people that you know, would like invest time and give you some what's the word, they would give you some of the like genuine, their genuine like thoughts, like people that may have like an intuitive perspective, or people that are just, I don't know, just genuine for you, that you can trust. Okay, there could be something about like, you know, they could help you with this like choice if you're feeling very conflicted about it. But for the most part, I do feel like for some of you guys, there could also be something around a choice to do with like you having a safe space, meaning make it you being selective about who and what you let in your energy, you know, kind of, because if you kind of see the energy in the background, it's like chaotic, problematic, or it's like all this I don't know, it could be like a sense of like struggle approach, or competition, or anger, but there's just something about committing to your way of being in terms of more so anything that could have you in this energy, whether it's like a back and forth, there could be a trigger, or there could be some anger here. Okay, so let's say if someone wants to have a conversation with you, or let's say if you try to have a conversation with someone and there's like the energy, you know, it's like it could, for first of all, it's saying pursue conversation, make sure you're pursuing the conversation with the right intention initially for the right reason. If you're angry, or if you have some sort of frustration, if there's, you know, a trigger or some sort of bait, you know, it's saying don't pursue that. Okay. Yeah, because that's the opposite path, depending on obviously the result that you want, you know. But like I said, for those of you guys that are trying to figure out how to, you know, have your fulfillment, then I see that the route for that is to basically like just sort of, it literally just looks like turning your back to things, people that are not like giving you this love, or people that are not investing in you genuinely, like investing time and effort into you out of self-love. This small reading is just about self-love, you know, whether you have loved ones, relationships, or whatever, it doesn't really matter, because it's more about your self-love in general, like on a personal journey, and whatever your circumstances, that just kind of fits in around that. But it's kind of saying that like ultimately this is like radical self-love. That's what I might title this, actually. I feel like it's radical self-love, because it's literally just turning your back to anything or anyone, any circumstances, any situations that would not invest that wouldn't invest like time or effort into something that would lead to your fulfillment. Okay, so if there's a something that you would want to happen, okay, and you know that's not being genuinely invested in, and there's something about turning your back to that out of self-love, because if not, then you may feel like you're struggling to try to get that to happen. That might make you conflicted, you could get triggered, you know, and that energy, you know, can, you know, make things kind of spark in a whole different direction, and it's not necessarily the path that, you know, would bring the fulfillment, this higher fulfillment that's, you know, divinely for you. Okay, because I do see that there is like something new that the divine is like, you know, acknowledging for you. Also, if it's not to do with like people, turning you back to people that are not investing like effort or time or like love, or like, you know, these are people that you could like, that you could be close with, you know. You can sit, talk, be yourself. You can, you know, there wouldn't be any like, there wouldn't be any sort of like back and forth or competition between you. Okay. And if it's something where there's a dynamic, let's say like a family or relationship, where there could be some like tensions could rise, then there's something about, you know, if you're able to like find understanding and peace, and have like a safe space and conversation, then I see that you're already kind of like, what's the word? You really, there's something about, you know, you could have committed to like this way of like being here, or this is like the result that you go to kind of keep any like tensions like to a certain minimum, to a certain degree, so you don't like, let's say, you know, tensions start to rise. It's like you would kind of, you know, you won't let that kind of get out of hand, and you'll kind of come into this like peaceful space, right? Or you'd be able to find a sense of like understanding. There's some sort of like mutual connection where like ultimately your desires could be the same, so that you could always arrive at some sort of successful result of like, you know, understanding and a successful result here. So it's like if you have more of this like more peace, then like a feeling of, you know, struggle or understanding, or something about a safe space communication style, you know, committing to that, or committing to just not really doing anything that would feel like a struggle. You know, if it's a struggle, then out of self-love, it's just like, no, you know, you just kind of peacefully decline it out of self-love for yourself. And if it's someone that then loves you, then they will see that, okay, their destructive ways, it's not working. I mean, sorry, not that it's not working, it's not right. And if they did have genuine intentions and they were maybe just a bit heated, then they will show you that love, you know, they will show you that care, you know, very quickly afterwards, you know. Or there'll be like some sort of there'll be some sort of like apology or gesture, or but it will be something that's not just conversational. It will be backed by something solid, like some sort of solid a committed, like let's say if someone apologizes for something, then it's not only that they apologize, but they commit to that way of being, whatever they apologized about. Do you get what I'm saying? That's basically the difference, as opposed to like people that you feel like, you know, if you were to try and have a conversation with them, it would just be like the conflict would take over, and you know, there wouldn't be a sense of like success or victory or fulfillment there. You know, it could just feel like a struggle, or like some sort of competition, or like, you know, force, or, you know, like if you feel like you have to force someone to do something, then out of self-love, it's like, you know, like let people show you what they naturally want to do. If someone wants to do something for you, then let their genuine intention show. Does that make sense? And if that's something that's really genuinely what they want and who they are, then they will commit to that way of being, as opposed to maybe showing it you for a moment to try and bait you into something. Okay, and vice versa. This is just like a, I feel like this is just like a general information piece, okay, in this reading. But yeah, okay. And let's say if it's like a job situation or something like that, if you feel like, you know, there's a job where it's like, okay, it could come in quicker, but you would feel like even if you're at the job, you're always still struggling, you know, there's just like, there isn't any real structure, there's no way you can really progress, or, you know, it doesn't lead to your fulfillment at some point. The work you're putting in doesn't really bring you some sort of fulfillment, any extra fulfillment, or just fulfillment in general. Then there's something about self-love, you know, not staying in that situation that's just kind of, you know, pulling you in two different directions. It could be making you feel conflicted, it could be making you angry, there could be problematic energies, you know. Then again, it's kind of saying, yeah, there's something about trusting your intuition, because if that's something that's been triggering you, it might be a sign, that might have been the sign of the divine telling you to, you know, go in a new direction. Okay, go in a new direction. And if you may be thinking, okay, if I need to, you know, find a new job, then there's something about once you've done what you've needed to do, trusting the process, that there will be something fulfilling for you there. And like I said, it might not be the first thing that comes in, But if you're committed to that choice of you, only not settling for something that isn't in the right context, it's not giving you, that fulfillment, or if it's a person and the right energy, whether it's love, understanding, effort, things like that. But like again, if it's a job, if it's not the first thing that comes in, and most likely it might not be, there's something about staying committed, and not giving up quickly, if you feel like something hasn't happened quick enough. Because then if you give up, if you feel like you're giving up quickly, then it's not really being committed. And again, same with a certain situation, if the result that you're wanting hasn't happened straight away, but you're committed to the path that you're on of like self-love, then it's like, stay committed. um don't don't kind of get sidetracked because something isn't happening quickly. Stay committed, and you will see that like there will be the equivalent, it will be attracted to you. Okay, so yeah, that's the message that I see there. Okay, lovely. So I'll take some last cards and then I'll probably wrap this reading up, guys. Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, it's saying that whatever you're working on, or if there's things that you have to work on right now, that's a good thing for you to be committed to at this time. If you're in a relationship here, then being committed to that is also being committed to working on that. Especially if you see that the other person is committed to working on it, and there's something about both being committed to working on things and not being maybe frustrated if there isn't a result that's happening quickly. If it's a job, if there's something to do with your work, okay, there's something about being committed to, if there's a certain job goal or fulfillment that you're looking for, then staying committed to, okay, this is what you want, and you're not going to take the first thing that comes your way if it's not, something that would bring you fulfillment, right? If it's something to do with like a family situation, then there could just be, again, something to do with like some sort of choice you could have made. If there's something that you're committing to here, then it's like this could be an act of self-love, and there could be something about staying committed to this energy of self-love. And if someone is presenting themselves to you, and you feel like they're trustworthy, then this could be someone that you feel like you can integrate a bit more into like your safe space. But if not, then there's something about being committed to like this self-love. But either way, guys, it looks lovely, and it's like those of you guys that are already committed to this, I feel like you're about to step into something great. Those of you guys that are just embarking on this path now, then there's something about really stepping into this energy of commitment if you're wanting to attract something that will be a commitment for you long term, whether it's a person, a job, a circumstance. If you want it to last, then there's something about you embodying that energy with, showing a sense of lasting, with a way of being, even if something hasn't happened immediately. But yeah, so like I said, those of you guys that have been committed to something already, okay, there's something about you don't need to look behind you, look in front of you, because there's something coming in. It's going to be like a really beautiful surprise. Look at all of this love coming in. Oh my gosh, wow. This is like coming in out of the dark, out of the unknown. There could be someone coming to surprise you, okay? There could be there could be something that like comes in, that pours in. Let me see what this could be. Okay, it could be an opportunity. It could be someone that comes to pursue you. Okay. It could be it's something specific that you've been it's like a manifestation. Okay, I feel like it's more of a manifestation, because obviously, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about like manifesting like things. If it's a manifestation, I'm talking more like goals and stuff like that, opportunities. um there could be something that starts kind of pouring in. Okay, like a lot of opportunities all of a sudden, or a lot of like something that comes in quickly. If you're Maybe if you've been trying to manifest like a love connection, then I feel like you will start to, if you're single, you'll start to attract, what's the word? You'll start to attract energies, but again, it's saying be mindful that not every energy that you come across is that energy. Okay, so there's something about you, what's the word? Not being too hasty on something, and kind of staying at ease, staying at peace, and not kind of reaching towards something that's just kind of needing to be able to like go past. Because again, remember I talked about the universe. If you go or opt in for something that you're meant to just kind of let go past, and you're kind of telling the universe something else, right? So, but I do see though, in general, there'll be some sort of pleasant surprise if you are um wanting to attract like if you're a new person into your life, whether it's friend, romantic, business, however, then I do feel like you will start to attract these energies. And there's going to be a difference between people that maybe are not the things that you should commit to, versus um, something that would be something that you can commit to. Okay, and you'll be able to see this by the people that come in and have something valuable for you, or they commit to you, or show you that they are trustworthy, or if it's a job, there's something valuable there in it for you, or whatnot. But I just definitely feel like, yeah, for sure, like if you've already been committed to something, if you've already been committed to a relationship, um, then you could be attracting, there's something you could have both been manifesting that's coming towards you, like a desire that you both had that's coming in. If it's something to do with you, like I don't know, there's something as well personally, like if you're in a relationship, you could be attracting your person towards you, whether you're aware of that or not. There could be something to do with like the energy that you're in when you're manifesting things. It's because like you're open to receive. Okay, so if you're in a receptive energy, I feel like you may feel like your person is you know coming in your direction soon, or at this time, or is maybe wanting to pursue you for something, or maybe they show up with something valuable, maybe they have something, they want to present something to you. Okay, that it could be your person that shows up with something valuable, or for others of you guys, it could even just be, if it's not necessarily a relationship, it could be money. Okay, those of you guys that already committed to something, I said you're about to step into something. Okay, there could be a lot of money that's coming in all of a sudden. If you've been manifesting money, again, it's just around whatever you're manifesting. Okay, you guys got different things you're manifesting, different thoughts. Okay, so again, if you're single, trying to manifest like a relationship, then the universe is going to start to send you tests and signs to kind of see if you are making the choice to put yourself in alignment with the thing that would bring you a commitment, or with the person that would give you a commitment. So you have to pick the right person, you have to pick the right thing. Okay, because you'll get the energy of what you pick. Okay, but again, those of you guys that have already been committed to this process, you may feel like all of a sudden you're going to start to see like all of this coming towards you. Okay, I feel like there could be people wanting to talk to you here. A lot of people wanting to speak with you. Actually, this could be like people coming in with the energy of peace, people that you feel like you can trust, you know, people that are coming in wanting to make the effort with you, you know, people coming in wanting to work on things with you. So lovely. And if you know that you're manifesting this and you're already seeing this, okay, there's something about try not to be in your head too much and let your thoughts kind of restrict the process. There's something about just surrendering some of the logic around it and just being committed to, again, that path. You know, this peace and like self-love, and you know, not getting caught up in anything that would keep you like in your mind, or anything that could trigger you, or anything that you feel like would be like a struggle for you to you know, it would just keep you in this like struggle energy. You know, it's like, yeah, it will be presented to you. That's basically the point. Once you've committed to the path, it'd be presented to you, you know, and then all you would have to do is pick it, you know, because again, you picking it is kind of you confirming that you've passed the test by knowing the right thing to pick out of the different things that may come your way. Okay, because if you pick the wrong one, you may feel like you're getting kind of stuck. But yeah, but if you pick the right one, you may feel like you're having a new beginning. Okay, or there's some sort of like new person or thing. Okay, yeah, lovely. Okay, gorgeous. um okay, there's also something as well, if something starts with some sort of like communication, the new beginning of something, there's something about like starting off being very honest in order to gain trust. Okay, and vice versa, like complete honesty. Yeah, okay. Yeah, also there's something about when we talk about self-love, now we're getting self-worth. Okay, if you feel like someone's not able to be honest with you, then you this is also something which may even take you to another higher level now, you know, because there's levels to this stuff. But again, someone's not being honest with you, you know, this might be something where it's like, okay, you turn your back to this here, you release this, you know, you kind of heed the signs from your intuition, you remain in a peaceful energy because you don't want to like clutter your mind where you don't pick up on the signs of what your intuition is trying to tell you. You need to kind of remain peaceful. You know, you may not even really need to say anything. You could just acknowledge it. You know, this isn't what I'm trying to pick. This isn't the energy of opting for. I'm opting for truth. This is not what I'm receiving. Don't opt in for it. You know, it's literally that's it. And then, yeah, like you will start to see, again, if it's a situation where it's something or someone for you, okay, you doing that will get them to kind of what's the word, seek the right way of being, the right approach. Okay, they will kind of, you know, need to be in alignment with like this. They'll need to kind of get in alignment and kind of get on course if they want to kind of, you know, have this value. If this is someone that you, let's say you have some sort of like connection with, or you've already invested in some way. But if not, then like if it's just a new person, then there's just something here like where, you know, someone will make the effort, or someone may do multiple attempts if they realize, okay, you know, this person, they're not really going to settle for me not being honest, so I need to kind of you know, level up here. Okay, because if you level up, you kind of set the standard for someone, you know, they kind of have to meet you on this level, otherwise they're not going to align with you, because you're not going to come down to their level to have a victory with them. Why would you go down a level? It's only going to put your life more at a disadvantage. And I don't mean like, I mean level, like in terms of, vibrationally, and, you know, stability in terms of emotionally, mentally as well, Um, so yeah, so you will see that, if this is someone that genuinely loves you, cares for you, genuinely is interested, okay, they will make multiple attempts to, take a deeper look at the situation and basically level up, okay? And if this is someone that doesn't do that, then it just kind of lets you know. It gives you the clarity that you need, okay? You have to commit to this way of being for yourself so that you can, you know, attract in energies and things that will be on that higher level, and then you can pick from that, okay? Lovely. Okay, gorgeous. 10 of Pentacles. There we go. There is the result. So it definitely looks like the more that you are just like, you know, feeling content, committed. This is like long-term commitment here to yourself, to what you're growing. Okay, the other things that you're attracting, they will start to attract to you because of you being committed to the things that you already need to focus on with yourself right now, or the things that you've already got, the commitments that you already have to honor. And if some of those commitments are not serving you, then again, self-love, self-worth. And then once you commit to those things, you'll be committing to a higher path, and then you start to attract things on that higher path for you to choose from there. Does that make sense? Whether it's the same thing or person that's chosen to level up to meet you there, or if that's, and that would only be if that's someone that genuinely loves or is interested in you in that way, where it's worth it for them to do that. Because it's a life commitment. It's not something where it's like if someone really isn't interested, it's the easiest way to kind of discern whether someone's really interested in you like that, because no one's going to commit to, you know, a way of being long term just to get something short lived, it's too much time, it's too much investment. It's not, the exchange is not, it's not worthwhile. It's only worthwhile if it's something that you want to last. If there's a lot of value in it for you, where you doing, committing to something is more than worth it. Does that make sense? So that would be kind of the clear sign in itself. So yeah. Okay, gorgeous. All right, guys, I like this reading. I feel like it was quite informative. I hope this was helpful. Again, those of you guys that have been committed to this, stay tuned. Someone's coming to see you. There could be some sparks flying. Someone might surprise you. There could be a date. You might have plans to meet with somebody. For others of you guys, it could be like, if you're already, if, what's the word? Well, yeah, obviously, if you're already in that situation, it could even be something else. It could be success with work, money. Some of you guys, the manifestation is a lot of money, okay? A lot of money. But others of you guys, it could be like new friends. For others of you guys, it could be rekindling with people that you knew years ago, people that you felt like were valuable to you a long time ago. This could be over 10 years ago or up to 10 years ago. People that you've known for like that amount of time. You might be having like reconciliations, rekindlings. It could even be family, friends, but there's just, like I said, if you've been committed to this already, there's a lot of success coming up ahead. This is just more of a confirmation for you guys, and just letting you guys know what you've been doing and why this is happening for you guys, more reassurance, so that you have no reason to be in your head, because I don't think Spirit wants you to be in your head to, maybe, because being in your head sometimes too much, it can kind of restrict the pace and the ease of things. So I think for some of you guys, Spirit just wants to reassure you so you can like surrender mentally, and then things will just kind of come in quicker and flow even smoother. And for others of you guys, I feel like it's advice if this is like a journey that you're starting. Okay, if there's something of this magnitude that you're wanting to attain, then I feel like this is probably like the answers that maybe you're seeking. and hopefully this was helpful in some way. So yeah, guys, love that for you. I'm gonna leave that there. I hope that was helpful. Again, this was a bonus read. If you would like more readings for your sign, don't forget to hit that like button. That will let me know to, give you guys those extra reads and whatnot. It will let me know you're present. But anyways, sending love. Have a great day. Take care and stay spiritually charged. Bye bye.